Hello all, welcome back to another episode of Jack Talks Bikes, and today we're doing another product review, and today what is on review is the Tru-Tension Motorcycle Grime Guard. So what if I told you that there was a product available for you to buy that meant when you were cleaning your chain and sprocket, it prevented your disc brakes getting absolutely caked in lubricant and degreaser and saved your wheels from getting marred up and covered in the same sticky lubricant and horrible mess? Well, that is what the Motorcycle Grime Guard is designed to do. This item is meant to make the whole process less labour intensive for you, make the process much quicker, much easier to deal with on the cleanup side of things, and prevent your driveway getting covered in absolutely loads of crap that falls off when you end up cleaning your chain and sprocket. So that is what the Grime Guard is designed to do. It slots in just behind the chain and sprocket here, sits on the cassette, and as you rotate your wheel freely, this is meant to stay in position. It has a little bucket underneath, and it's meant to catch all that rubbish that falls off as you're cleaning your chain and sprocket. But I've never used one. Tru-Tension have been kind enough to send this out free of charge for me to put through its paces. And in this video, we're going to find out whether it actually works. So whether this is something that I recommend you put in your garage yourself, go out and buy, or whether it's something that, well, it just becomes a glorified frisbee. Okay, so first thing we've got to do, reading on the instructions, is measure the diameter of the hub holding the sprocket to the disc brake. Take it just behind the sprocket and disc and use this measurement for the hub to cut the Grime Guard along the suitable circular measurement lines. So we've got to do some arts and crafts initially before we can use it. Lob that down there. So yes, it comes in two parts. That's what you get in the box. What else have we got in here? Some little rubber snap bungs as well. Snap it all together. So that's how it comes out. We'll figure this out as we go. A quick Google tells me that the rear sprocket on my bike is about 124 mil, so I'm going to cut that to 130, give me that little bit of extra breathing room. So let's get some arts and crafts done. Assembly done. Okay, so Google was wrong. I did have to do a little bit of additional cutting, but as you see, in the end, I got it on the bike. So if you own a Ducati Monster, you want to be cutting on the 150mm line, not the 130, 140mm lines. But in the end, we got there. So there we are. It's now in position. Grime Guard is on. The next step, it says, is to put a bit of absorbent tissue in the bottom of the tray. So I believe this is to help catch all the grime and dirt and stuff that falls off of it and stops it spilling. As you rotate the wheel, as you see, it does rotate a little bit itself. So as you're rotating the wheel, I think this is probably there to try and catch anything from spilling out if it does start tipping over. So lob that in there. That's that step done as well. But yes, that's it, in position, on the hub of the bike, all locked in. I'll get you a close-up of it because there's a little tab here. So let's get the camera and I'll show you how this all goes together. So yeah, this little tab that I was talking about, this little bit. So once you've slotted it behind the hub and the chain and sprocket, this bites into this little groove. It's like a top of a cereal packet when you're trying to reseal them. It just slots in there and stops it flicking open again. So that's the way it locks into position. So I thought it was worth showing you that. So you get a good idea of how it all goes together. Right, I'll put the camera back. Now, obviously, with me showing you the Tru-Tension line of products, as always, the guys at Tru-Tension, as I've said, have been really good to the channel. So in this video, we're going to be showing you how to go about cleaning your chain. I've done a whole video on how to clean your chain and use a paddock stand if you click the pop out at the top. But obviously, it would be silly of me to use any other brand than Tru-Tension for their chain cleaner and chain lubricant. So we'll get cracking and get this done and see how this thing actually performs. Okay then, that's the degreasing stage done and the rub down. First impressions are a bit split. It's not caught everything. There's a few spots that have got away on the driveway. If it's dripping off the chain up this end as well, it's going to miss the grime guard. So we've got a couple of spots on the drive. So it hasn't caught everything. And it did make it a little bit more difficult, because normally what I'd do is just spray the can, rotate the wheel all the way round. But as you can see, when you're doing it, the grime guard's catching on the sprocket, and well, it's trying to rotate at the same time. So it does mean that you sort of have to hold the grime guard with one hand and rotate the wheel, do a section, and then do the next bit and keep doing it. Not necessarily a bad thing, because it does make you a little bit more thorough with where you're spraying your cleaner, which does mean you use less of it. You're not just like spraying it absolutely everywhere. And what I would say is its main job is to keep things nice and clean, and it has done a great job of that. There's none of it on the hub, on the wheel, or gone through to the brake disc, which is what it's designed to prevent happening. So at this stage, 50-50. It's doing a good job. It's doing what it's designed to do, but it is changing the way that I would normally go about cleaning my chain, and making it a little bit more precise, taking a bit longer, should we say. Anyway, next job is to get the chain lubricant on. So we'll dash a bit of this on, and then we can give it a proper review and see how well it's actually performed at the end of it. So yes, motorcycle chain lubricant, as always, recommending the guys from Tru-Tension for this, this particular one. Chain lube, it's the banana slip, smells like bananas, it's absolutely fantastic. I do recommend it. It is a good all-purpose chain lubricant, and if you go to the link in the description below, you'll be able to get up to 30% off using my code. It's an affiliate link, so obviously I'll make a little bit of money, but it doesn't cost you any additional money at all. So I would really appreciate it if, when buying products like this for your bike, you went down, used my link, used my code, got yourself 30% off site-wide. Anyway, that's enough marketing jargon. Let's get this on. Okay, that's the lubricant bit done. So the chain is now all lubed up. And let's take a look at how this grime guard has actually performed, shall we? So it has actually caught a fair amount of crap. If you look at that tissue, it's done a good job of catching all that crud. And if you look at the grime guard itself, it's absolutely filthy now. So it's done its job. It has caught all of that, and all that dirt you see on there would have ended up blasted out onto the wheel and the tyre and the brake disc. And as you can see, as I spin that, none of it has gone through. So on one hand, very, very good. It's done its job. It's done as it's described. It has created a nice barrier and meant that I no longer have to clean my wheel and brake disc and so forth. And so it's done a pretty good job of keeping that area nice and clean and presentable. So yes, one hand, very, very good. On the other hand, let me just put the camera back so I can talk to you. On the other hand, like I keep saying, you'd have seen in the video that as I was rotating the wheel, the grime guard was sort of spinning with it. It was getting caught in the sprocket and spinning round and moving on the hub. That presented its own problem, because it meant that I was having to, instead of having to just be able to spin this, coat everything in the grime, in the, what do you call it, degreaser, then keep it spinning and rub everything down, I've got both hands free to do that job. Whereas when I'm using the grime guard, I'm having to hold the grime guard, spin the wheel a bit, clean a segment, then spin it some more, spray the degreaser on, clean that segment, and it just made the whole process slower. So on one hand, what you're saving in having to clean your wheel and brakes and stuff after the fact, with this, you're losing in the fact it's not as quick a process. So pros and cons, something to think about when you're looking to buy one of them. Do I recommend it? I mean, different. It's not a garage essential. I wouldn't say you definitely need a grime guard. I wouldn't say it's an essential that you need in your garage. What I would say is, if you have got a nice set of wheels, a bike that you're really, really keen on maintaining and keeping immaculate, something you're really, really proud of, or even a garage floor or driveway that you're exceptionally anal about and wanting to keep clean and shiny. I own an old leaky BMW, so my driveway is covered in oil spots as a permanent basis. But yeah, I still don't want to get crud all over it. So I'm going to keep using it, because it has limited how much stuff's gone on the driveway. But again, yeah, like I say, it's not essential. If you do choose to want one, by all means, use the affiliate link in the description below. You'll get 30% off website-wide, as I keep mentioning. Keep supporting me as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you want to follow along, watch me do more silly content with my bike. Yeah, like I say, and follow me on Instagram as well. And yeah, that's it, really. So thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.